not streaming up here like it usually does. You won't be able to tell from the camera.
Is it recording?
Yeah, we're there. Oh, there it is. That wasn't fine.
You're still catching like crazy. Trout and Clearwater, they're still catching like crazy.
Huge. Huge ones.
These guys caught 5 yesterday and Monday.
Alrighty, I have 6 o'clock Apple time. I'd like to call the hearing to order, please. The purpose of the hearing is to hear any representation from the public regarding variation application 02-2020 to vary the minimum site area requirement from 20,000 square feet to 17,431.92 square feet, the minimum front yard requirement of 20 feet to 1.2 feet, and the minimum side yard requirement from 10 feet to 4.4 feet in order to be in compliance with the Town of La Paz zoning bylaw to build an addition to the existing church located at 440 La Rose Avenue. Alrighty, I think we have some folks here who are proposing the variance. Would you like to come up and tell us what you're doing, please? And for the record, just state your name when you get up there.
Good evening. I'm Jason Foster. I'm the lead pastor at DePaul Christian Fellowship. We have presented this proposal of adding on to our existing building. Our existing congregation is about 120 people that call DePaul Christian Fellowship their home church, and we're growing. And so in 2019, we had 42 people added to the congregation, and we're running out of space. And so we got a children's ministry that we have 50 children registered in that particular ministry alone. And so we got to look at what we do next to accommodate all the growth. And so this proposed plan that we have here is an addition to give us more room in our sanctuary. It will give us more room in our basement area to do different types of ministry. And it will also give us an office space for more staff and be able to do midweek meetings and stuff in that office space as well. So in the multi-purpose room that we have planned to put in the second floor. So that's what we're looking at doing. It's the growth that we need to accommodate, and it's a good problem to have. It's not something that we often hear, but we're happy that we're at this place, so we need to do the next best thing to move forward.
That's it.
For now, yeah.
Does council have any questions of the pastor?
Yes, Councillor Ward, I have one question. On the, I guess as you're looking the front of the building, looking towards it, like you're going on the whole front on the rows, would it not be better for you to take your proposed addition all the way down the side of the building? You have lots of property there.
On the side, well, that's the north side of the building.
Right.
That will, if we were to go that route, it would take out of our parking lot. Because right now, that's our parking lot on that side of the building. And so the reason we're going out the front is because we got the space there, and then we still got room for parking on the side and around the back of the building that we can use for parking. That's where our main entrance will go, is on the parking lot side. I know some people had concerns about people gathering on the sidewalk. With our main entrance, it wouldn't be out the front toward the sidewalk. It would be out at the back here toward the parking lot. So that would keep people back from the street more than it probably does now, because right now we're out the front of the building and people hang out outside when it's nice and we don't have to social distance. So, but this would bring people back around more. Also, it gives us an opportunity to be able to put a handicap washroom on our main floor. It gives us room to do that, to accommodate for that as well, out in that front corner. So there would be windows all along the front of that building. It wouldn't look like 4 tall walls and a metal cladding building. That's not the vision at all. The vision is to put windows in the front of it on the main floor and on the upper floor, on the end as well for the offices, with the main door entrance, and do the exterior of the whole building with either a stucco or a siding or something that looks more residential than commercial. And so that's what that would look like on the exterior part of it. Because that was one of the concerns as well.
That proposed side on the roads would be 16 feet high then? Like 2-story or just 1-story?
It would have a second floor, yeah, but it wouldn't be any higher than what the building is right now. Because right now we got a sharp peak on it.
Yeah.
And so the second floor will make into our mezzanine that's there now, and the sanctuary would extend out in under it, and then the second floor would be above it. So, a portion of the sanctuary would be under the mezzanine, but that's all part of engineering, and when we figure out the blueprints and stuff like that, how that would all go together. But regards to height, it wouldn't be much higher. I don't think it would be any higher than what it is right now.
The only thing is with right now, like it's the setback.
Right.
So it wouldn't be as noticeable as when it's brought right up to the edge, like as you're driving down the street,
right.
It would be more noticeable being that high, like adjacent to the street.
Right.
There was some concern expressed by staff about the 1.2 front yard, and there were some recommendations of 12 feet, which would be comparable to the Rupert House. How would that work for you?
12 feet wouldn't give us the extra on our sanctuary that we need, because we're looking to try to pretty much double that space that we got right now. And so with the front of our building right now, the first 12 or 15 feet of it is foyer and a coat room and a little nursery room off to the side. So all of that would be taken into the sanctuary, plus some of the new part would also become a part of the sanctuary. And then that bathroom would go outside of that and have that space out there for foyer and coat room and gathering after the service and whatnot for coffee time or whatever. And so that's why we were looking to get all of this space that we have there.
Have you spoken with your neighbors on the street?
What's
Have you
that?
spoken with your neighbors on the street?
Yeah, I've spoken with Dixon and Priscilla. They're just behind us. We do have one neighbor here tonight that just lives down the street from us. I spoke to a neighbor across the street that owns I can't remember the number. 447, I want to say. I think it is. And also a couple, actually our son spoke to a guy today actually that lives behind us, and there's been no negative reply from any of those at all. They're all good with whatever we get variance to do, so.
When would you be thinking of starting?
Possibly as early as this coming spring.
Like in 2021?
Yeah.
I have two questions. And possibly, by knowing the answer to the first question, will take away the concern. Now, the lane that's in between you and Rupert House, excuse me, that is not a one-way lane, correct? Or am I wrong? Is that, can traffic go in, like east and west? Can it come out and go in at that entrance?
Yeah, it can go both ways, yeah.
I think you can, yeah.
Okay, so if traffic can go both ways, then I have a slight concern. With the building being that close to a sidewalk, pedestrians could possibly be at risk. That could possibly be corrected by making it one way. You know how when you
Right.
exit Autopath?
Off the street
you
or-
just go
yeah.
to that lane, that's it. And my other question is in regards to the hydro pole. Is it a hydro pole or is it a lamp pole? That's right out front. How close would the building come to that? Is it I can't remember if it's a lamp post or a hydro pole now.
That is a hydro pole.
It's a hydro pole?
That's there, yeah. And I would have to do an exact measure to see exactly where it would all end up. That lane that is between the Rupert House and where the end of the building, the proposed building would be, rightfully is our land. It's not really a laneway.
Okay.
It is a part of our property.
Doesn't own any of that? It's all yours?
It's all ours, yeah. So that's not even a public lane legally. But we're okay with leaving that a public lane because it gives us access into our parking lot. As for the light pole to the corner, I'm not sure what the exact measurement would be on that. So I can't answer that question to give you that.
I just don't know if there's a regulation in terms of how close a building can be to
Right.
one of those.
Right, yeah.
It's just a couple questions that I have. Thank you.
And I was going to bring this up, Jason. Variations they don't have a lifetime validity. They expire after 1 year.
Okay.
So if we approved it tonight, if you don't start construction by this time next year, it's gone.
Right,
You have to do it again.
right, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, I agree with that, because we had that come up one other time.
Okay, that's good to know.
And like Kerry says, I think if I was you, I would check with Manitoba Hydro
Yeah.
on the closeness of your building to the power line.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the pastor?
No, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, well, thank you. We'll talk about it later on in the meeting. I don't know, was there any correspondence that we received from anybody? No?
We didn't receive anything else from anyone in the public. We did have the engineering and fire department take a look. And their recommendation was to scale it back to 12 feet so that it matched the aesthetics of the neighborhood, but it's not a technical response, just an aesthetics.
There is that building on the corner as well that is similar to what we're proposing as well. That Manitoba Government Building.
It's on 4th Street. not
Yeah,
12th.
yeah, when they did theirs, they put their address on 4th Street, not LaRose.
Yeah.
I think they have a pool as well. I think they have a big middle.
Maybe we can put ours on the back lane then? We're allowed to have some fun, right? Yeah.
Okay, that's it for us, so thank you.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later on this evening.
Thank you.
All right.
So we're excused?
Sure, yeah.
Thanks. Thank you
Motion
very
to
much.
adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, we are adjourned. Okay, let's call our council meeting to order.
Somebody might want to take these. Oh, yeah, please.